Title card. You want the microphone?
Do you need a microphone? Can you hear me?
Mela, Govinda, Mela, Mela. Tienes la barra aquí.
So did you think about your memory? You want to share with us? It's okay. You have a little time. We're gonna do a little kirtan, one song, and then we're gonna start our speed praising. The idea is everybody share one memory, 5 minutes, so everybody can share about Gurudeva. Entonces ahora vamos compartir histórias de Gurudeva, pero de uma maneira rápida, como 5 minutos, para que todos possam compartilhar.
Govinda Mela, Govinda Mela, rápida.
Mais rápido, Govinda Mela.
Sorry. Pero no esperamos a que venga.
No, ellos necesitan un poquito más de tiempo, entonces empezamos con un kirtan. Sí, ya ven la merdanga y patos.
Okay.
Empezamos con un kirtan. No, es
No era por
house.
Maharaj. No lo acabo de ver por aquí ahorita.
Puede Maharaj.
Estaba llenado.
No, was me. I was sitting there.
They are twins, it's true. It's true.
Actually, it's not llenado, Maharaj, and maybe it's the jet lag that's making it.
Yeah, jet lag. Burden in the mind.
So Srila Maharaj and Govinda Maharaj and Nyasi Maharaj are coming in a moment. So we're going to start to make it welcome for them.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Nice. It's coming. It's coming. Look. The Mridanga Yatra.
Turtles.
So the broadcast can hear it.
Wherever you like, Marge. Sit here. The problem is the mic. Well, this has a switch on it.
Haribol, Haribol.
Turn it up a little bit.
You want a little back? So quieres un poquito por detrás para estar
Sí, sí,
pegado
sí.
hacia
Ya voy a ver donde esté un poquito más.
Por supuesto un poco delante.
Ya.
Can I move Maharaj because he's in
Sure.
the sun?
Es okay.
¿Es mejor?
Ya.
Entonces, una canción en empezar.
Bueno, cuando ellos vengan, una canción bien larga. Sí. Sí, Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Krishna Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Sri Advaita Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Shri Advaita Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Krishna Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Shri Advaita Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Shri Advaita Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Jaya Gopi Janavalava Jaya Girivaradari Jaya Girivaradari Jaya Gopi Janavalava Jaya Jaya Girivaradari Jaya Gopi Janavalava Jaya Girivaradari Jaya Girivaradari Jaya Gopi Janavalava Jaya Girivaradari Jaya Girivaradari Jaya Yasodanandana Jaya Raja Janaranjana Jaya Yasodanandana Jaya Jaya Yasodanandana Jaya Raja Janaranjana Jaya Yasodanandana Jaya Raja Janaranjana Jaya Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Kunja Vihari 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 Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradari Jaya Girivaradari Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Jaya Jaya Girivaradari Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradari Jaya Girivaradari Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradari Jaya Girivaradari Jaya Yasodanandana Jaya Rajajana Ranjana Jaya Yasodanandana Jaya Rajajana Ranjana Jaya Yasodanandana Jaya Rajajana Ranjana Jaya Yasodanandana Jaya Vrajajana Ranjana Jaya Yamunatira Vanachari Jaya Kunja Vihari Jaya Yamunatira Vanachari Jaya Kunja Vihari Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradari Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradari Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradari Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopijana Yasodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Jaya Yasodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Jaya Yasodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Jaya Yasodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Natira Vanachari Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradari Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradari Radha Yasodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Jaya Yasodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare devuelvan las entradas.
Beautiful Kirtan! Jai Srila Gurudeva ki! Jai Sripad Puri Maharaj ki! Jai Divine devotees all together here ki! So Maharaj and Srila Pavanjanat Maharaj and Srila Krishnasha Maharaj are coming promptly, but we can start. No, I don't think I need a microphone. This is behind the scenes, literally. So, because we want to be sure we are ready for Arati in time, if we can start and share stories when Maharaj is arrived, we can hear from them as well. What do you think? Are you burning hell if I do that? Probably. Should I wait? No? Okay, so let's start. Yes, this is a circle. That's why we are this. Okay. Sorry, Gurudeva. We are in a circle now. We're going to start our praising circle. So I'm going to ask Puri Maharaj, do you want to start? Because you have the microphone. No, just for logistics, not because we love you so much. But the idea is if you can share one memory from Gurudeva in 2 to 5 minutes from your heart. I know we're going to have the whole Mela to share more and to listen more, but just this is like a aperitivo. Un aperitivo. Okay? Antipasto. Okay, 1, 2, 3, Govinda. Please, Maharaj. I can, because I can.
Jai Sabari Karasisi Guru Goranga Gandharva Govinda Sundar Juki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Privrajaki Charyavarya Stotra Sata Sisimat. Srila Bhakti Nirmala Charya Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Privrajaki Charyavarya Stotra Sata Sisimat. Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jaya Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajaka Charyavarya Stotra Sata Sisimat. Srila Bhakti Rakshaka Silasidhar Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jaya Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajaka Charyavarya Stotra Sata Sisimat. Srila Bhakti Ase Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai. Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. En una ocasión que estuvimos en Caracas para recibir a Srila, well, I don't know, many Spanish speaker in what?
No, we're all English. And the Spanish are bilingual.
Ah, it's okay, I can try.
Louder, please, Maharaj.
One or two.
A little louder.
Once I remember we was waiting for Srila Govinda Maharaj in the airport of Caracas. When Srila Govinda Maharaj arrived, I asked for some Bengali devotees, my friends. And when I asked for a specific sannyasi, Govinda Maharaj told me, he is well. He likes to talk about Krishna, but to preach is another thing. At that time, I didn't understand what is the meaning, what is the difference between speak about Krishna or preach. When we was in the Hari Kirtan's house, I asked Maharaj. When in the airport, I asked for about my friend. You told me he likes to speak about Krishna, but to preach is different. And Govinda, I asked him, what is the difference? And Govinda Maharaj says, preach means to convince. Everybody can say some stories, talk about Krishna, but Guru Maharaj says, we are not storytellers. We have to, the preacher has to have the capacity to try to give the audience the desire to know more about Krishna, to surrender to the Lord. Not only nice stories. And always, Srila Govinda Maharaj pushed us to do that. Not just memorize some stories and give some nice class. Maybe the devotees say like that, but Govinda Maharaj says no. But could be small, but must be substantial. When Srila Govinda Maharaj was in Ecuador, I have sometimes to talk to him and see many things about because when I asked to permission to make the temple in Ecuador, Govinda Maharaj gave me the name, Srila Sridhar Swami Seva Ashram. And Govinda Maharaj says, we don't need buildings. It could be a tent, but the tent must be full of life. And the life must be full of the Guru Maharaj conceptions. When he told me that, I think this is the necessity, this is the real necessity, to distribute Srila Guru Maharaj conceptions. And also I remember when somebody asked something to Srila Guru Maharaj. As Govinda Maharaj says, Guru Maharaj likes to go from the deeper and deepest conception. And when someone make questions to Guru Maharaj answered immediately with another question. What do you understand for that? He wants we have the real conception. Another ways, if we ask something, if we don't have the real conception, maybe Guru Maharaj is telling what is the meaning, and the devotee is thinking what they think it is, but not what is. In this way, Guru Maharaj always, and Govinda Maharaj always try to push us to recognize the truth and what it is. The thing brought me to Srila Guru Maharaj was, I was 12 years temple president in ISKCON in Colombia, and when Bharati Maharaj came to Colombia, and he was telling about Guru Maharaj, everybody was charmed by his lectures. It was very nice, very scholastic, very pandit. And at that time, I didn't go to his classes. When the devotees come back to the temple, they say, they says, my previous name was Rajaram. The devotee says, no, Rajaram is confused. He don't know what to do. When I talk with Bharati Maharaj, and Bharati Maharaj says something to me, but says, Maharaj, always Srila Prabhupada says, whatever we need to know is in his books. And Bharati Maharaj told me, this is truth. But Srila Guru Maharaj says, the scriptures, the Shastra, give us the nos da. Bueno, las escrituras nos dan asociación pasiva, pero el Guru nos da asociación activa. Yeah. And that is truth. When I joined to Srila Guru Maharaj, the first time when I read Guru Maharaj books, I read some statement, and Guru Maharaj says, the service pushed by the pressure is not a service. Another time we have experience in ISKCON, sometimes the leaders push us to do something, especially in Mongol Arti. If you don't wake up, they take out the sleeping bag, they throw water. And the devotees think this is the idea. When Srila Guru Maharaj says the service pushed by the pressure is not a service. The devotees think like that. But when we understand what is Guru Maharaj saying about that expression, was when some devotees went to the Jagannath temple, and they went inside. And the pandas, they give the bath to Lord Jagannath with 50 different kinds of things, stuffs. And then when they was taking for the Lord Jagannath bath, they see somebody is not in Hindu, is in the temple. They throw everything out. And when Guru Maharaj hear that story, and Guru Maharaj says that the service pressure by the force is not a service. And this is not in the way we understand, but was in this way. We cannot push, we cannot force to the Lord accept our service. I am initiate, I have tilak, I have kuntis. No, not in that way. At that time I understand what Bharati Maharaj told me. This is truth. The Shastra give you the passive association. What you read, what you understand, according to your desire, according to realization. But what are your realization? In this way, this is very important. When Swarup Damodar, always, when somebody writes something, Swarup Damodar test and see if it's appropriate to show, to give this to the Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This way, Srila Govinda Maharaj always push us to practice properly. My English is so bad, but I try. I have many things in my mind, but don't come in my mouth.
It's a heart-to-heart transaction, Maharaj.
Okay.
Thank you for sharing a memory from Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev. Is it coming through?
Everybody can see the Vashishas now?
It's probably better not to. Hare Krishna. Is that better? Okay. So, actually I have so many memories of Srila Gurudev that I could just sit here for the rest of the afternoon. As anyone who knows me knows, I could just speak about that all afternoon. But something coming very strongly in my mind, and I wanted to share with you all, that when I came to the lotus feet of Srila Sridhar Maharaj, I was 19 years old at that time. And after I was initiated at age 20, and then returned to London, and I was helping with the devotees there. We're making a mott for Guru Maharaj. Guru Maharaj was not so eager for making temples everywhere, but we asked him permission, and Srila Govinda Maharaj told him, yes, Maharaj, you should give, because Saraswati Thakur wanted you to preach in London, so it is your place. And Guru Maharaj said, yes, I consider London my place of service. So, and he wrote in a letter to us, so if you can establish one center there in the name of Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Math, London chapter, I will consider that great service to my Guru Maharaj, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So, we tried our best, and still trying our best to do that. And that time we had a house in Greenwich, Blackheath area, and a few devotees there. So I was cook. At this particular time I was the cook. And it was one festival time. And so I remember I was a nonsense boy then. I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life even. And how I came to Guru Maharaj, I don't know how that happened, but it just ended up there. So I was just going along with everything, as boys of 20 years old do, just coming and going and so many things. So I had a little apartment just near the temple, just like 5 minutes walk from the temple. So, and I'd come every day and I would do cooking. So this day was a festival day. I forget which festival it was, but so, and now I'm telling this story to Srila Govinda Maharaj, and later on, some years later, we're sitting together. I'm telling him this story, and he's listening. So I said that day there were so many things going on, and time for the offering came, and I hadn't finished cooking. So Sagar Maharaj was there, and I told him, Maharaj, the offering's going to be late. He said, no, it's all right, Prabhu. When you're ready, that's fine. But at that time, the temple president was a devotee, American devotee, and he came very angry in the kitchen to me. Why is the offering not ready? A special day, blah, blah, blah. So then I said, I told Sagar Maharaj, he said, it's okay. He said, Sagar Maharaj's not in charge here, I'm in charge here. Make the offering on time. And so this time I was making some dough. So many of you know that, maybe you remember this story. But anyway, I'm making dough for puris. And then he turned around to do something, and I was an angry young man, picked up the dough, and I smashed it on his head. And I said, you make the offering then. And I stormed out of the temple and went to my apartment. Later that day, I got a note pushed under my door, and the note said, your service is no longer required at this temple. Don't come back, basically. It was, okay. Then, so this was, maybe Monday or something, and then, okay, I didn't go to the temple for some days, and then on Friday, that devotee, the president, he calls me up. And he says, Prabhu, come back and do your service. I said, I thought you didn't want me to do it. He said, no, come, please come, we'll have a talk. So I went back, we made obeisance to each other, we hugged it out, Then he shows me, he's got a telegram. And this telegram is from Srila Sridhar Maharaj. And the telegram, remember, there's no internet in these days. There was a telephone in Navadvip, but it didn't work most of the time. So how this incident got to the ears of Guru Maharaj, I have no idea. But within 2-3 days, Guru Maharaj heard about this incident in London. And so the telegram says, I gave Devashish Prabhu this service, I'll take it away from him, not you. Ask him to return to his service immediately. Okay. So I'm telling this to Srila Govinda Maharaj, and Srila Govinda Maharaj smiling, laughing, he's saying, yes, Prabhu, I know this. I said, you know, Maharaj? He said, yes. He said, because I was there when they were telling Guru Maharaj about this, what had happened. And Guru Maharaj was getting a little, you could say, hot under the collar. He didn't appreciate what I'd done. But then Srila Govinda Maharaj said, and I sent that telegram. I said, you sent the telegram? He said, yes, I sent that telegram. He said, Guru Maharaj was like, what to do about this boy? And then Govinda Maharaj said, I told him, Devashish is a very nice boy. And then Guru Maharaj said, okay, I'll send a telegram telling him. So that, I guess that's why I'm still here today, because Srila Gurudev saved me from being kicked out of the temple, and that's what I remember. I mean, one incident I remember of Srila Gurudev. This was before he became the Acharya of the mott. He was white clad, grihasta and so on, but saved me on that day and every day. So I wanted to share that with you.
That story.
Short.
Short.
How short? 5 seconds?
5 minutes each.
2 hours.
Yeah. 108 hours.
Jai Srila Govinda Maharaj ki jai. So we're here at the Pushpa Samadhi of Srila Govinda Maharaj. And this manifested, of course, after Guru Maharaj's departure, Gurudev's departure. And we were wondering how we could give some honor to Srila Govinda Maharaj here. And then where would it be? How would the devotees get in? If it was in a room, they'd have to knock on the door, get permission to come in. And then I remembered, one time I was in Calcutta with Govinda Maharaj, and he told me where he wanted his Pushpa Samadhi. He said, underneath that tree where the children play, and you see this oak tree behind the Samadhi, there's like a board there, and the children would play on that tree. They'd climb up on it, and behind me you can see Gurudev's house, and the window in the door, he would see through that window and up here and watch the children play. So he told me, after I die, he used that word die, and we never hear that Vaishnava say that. He said, after I die, I want to come back as a ghost and sit underneath that tree where the children played. And then it was very sweet, and I was thinking, oh, what tree? Because actually the children played on a lot of trees. So then, there was some discussion back and forth between him and I about which tree, and, I wanted to make sure I had the right tree. And then later on, I was listening to some audio tapes of Srila Govinda Maharaj darshan with other devotees, Yudamanyu, Shrudashrava, Janard Maharaj, and he told them also the same thing. So it was like, something that he repeated to many people, and then other stories that he told about coming back here and seeing what they're offering him, because there was a time in Calcutta when some of his servants would be preparing some preparations for him that Govinda Maharaj couldn't really eat, but they really liked it. So then he said, then I'll watch and see what preparations they're offering me. And then also from there I can see who's ever coming up the driveway to the ashram. So then some inspiration came, and all the devotees in the community here in Soquel and San Jose got together and built this. It was under Bahulavan Prabhu's direction, and such a beautiful memorial manifested here. And that once we started working here, we realized this was like such a beautiful place. The trees and the shade out there. It's like 10 degrees hotter, and but that was Govinda Maharaj's vision, and so by his mercy and by Guru Maharaj's mercy, this all manifested. Jai. Govinda Maharaj ki jai.
Jai.
Sure. No, everything was made here. I think it's maybe, I'm not sure where the marble was, but we bought it all locally. But the design, we took the design from a picture from the internet of Saraswati Thakur's Pushpa Samadhi at the Radha Damodar temple. And I had this tiny little picture, and I showed it to Bahulavan. And I said, this is what I'm thinking, something like this. You know, and from that tiny little picture and his inspiration and his expertise, this manifested. And Madhavananda's here. Madhavananda did the dome after trial and error. We didn't even know how big to make the dome so it would fit nicely. So we had like these cutouts, plywood cutouts, put them up there, look at it. No, that's too small, too small, too small. Finally we came up with that size. Okay.
Madre Madhuchanda. ¿Quién es un experto que puede traducir? Madre.
Saraswati.
Saraswati.
Aquí está Saraswati. ¿Sí?
¿Quién para traducir a la madre?
No es tan difícil.
Esta.
Voy a tratar. I'm going to try to do my best.
Pero queremos oír tu...
Oh, por supuesto.
¿Y tú? ¿Y tú? Es que yo hablo como si tuviera micrófono y tú traduces.
She
Bueno,
says,
pues es un honor para mí volver a estar aquí. Hace aproximadamente 6 años estuve también en este bellísimo lugar.
okay, ya va. She said it's an honor for her to be here. It's an honor for her to be here.
6 years ago,
Yes,
she was there.
she came here 6 years ago. Same place.
Y vuelvo a estar aquí con todos ustedes, en donde anida esa característica que todos apreciamos de Srila Govinda Maharaj, de Sri Gurudev.
And I'm here again, united, to share, compartir, ¿no?
Ajá.
To share the same characteristic of Srila Gurudev.
Y ese es el afecto.
Affection.
Para mí no hay nada más que el afecto que nos podemos tener entre nosotros, pero es el legado que nos dio Sri Gurudev.
¿Sí? Está emocionada.
I think I heard que para nosotros no hay nada más que ese regalo del afecto.
Nada.
For us, there is nothing greater than the affection that Srila Gurudev has given us.
Creo que si nosotros tocamos un pedacito de ese afecto que él nos ha legado, podemos regresar a casa de una manera tan simple, tan sencilla, tan afectuosa.
I believe that if we can just touch a little bit upon that affection that he has given to us, we can reach towards a very grand, marvelous, affectionate home.
Y eso nadie nos los va a quitar. Todos los que tuvimos contacto con Sri Gurudev, con Srila Govinda Maharaj, lo tenemos.
And no one can take that away from us. All of us who got in touch with Srila Gurudev and got that from him, we have that.
Esa dulzura,
That sweetness,
esa sonrisa.
that smile.
Eso es lo único que queremos hacer, porque él no ha partido, él está aquí.
That is the only thing we wish to do because he hasn't left. He is here.
Y nunca se irá. Si siempre lo mantenemos en nuestro corazón, jamás se va a ir. Siempre va a estar aquí. Y podemos darle a los demás ese afecto que él nos dio a nosotros.
And he will never leave. He will never leave. And that affection that we have in our hearts will also never leave. And then the second part. And we can give this affection that he gave to us to others.
Podemos decir muchas cosas. En el templo de Veracruz se manifestó por él.
We can say many things about
Y
him.
ese es un milagro.
the temple in Veracruz manifested because of him, and that is a miracle.
Pero el mayor de los milagros es que él haya derretido mi corazón.
But the greatest of all miracles is that he has melted my heart.
Con eso me quedo.
And I'll stay with this.
Gracias, amor.
Dandavat. So wonderful to see everybody's face, because there's no one here who's not super fortunate to be sitting here. And I was thinking about Srila Gurudeva like earlier, thinking what so many things that you would want to say about him. But when I came here up to the Samadhi Mandir just now, and I could we all feel his presence here. And that's not imaginary. It's not a memory. Because, Srila Gurudeva was a transcendently mystical person. He has no need for a mundane form. That form was his mercy to the conditioned souls. And he set his lotus feet down on this earth simply as a manifestation, as a non-different form of the mercy of Mahaprabhu and Srila Guru Maharaj and our whole Guru Varga. And I wanted to just tell a little story. It's not so much, but it just shows his mystical nature. That we were sitting in Govardhan in his room, and he's speaking to so many devotees, but I thought he was only looking at me. I thought, oh, and he's looking at me and telling so many things and looking and smiling at me. And then when we were leaving, I heard another boy behind me saying, Gurudeva was looking at me the whole time. Really? He could, we are singing in a song every morning, Divya Gyan Hriday Prakashito. That means that reality is existing everywhere. But Gurudev can manifest that within the heart. It's not an intellectual matter. As Maharaj was saying, we're reading these books, but it's not an intellectual matter. We're actually worshiping the books. The book is divine substance. And by the grace of Guru, that substance can reveal in the heart. So this is all his divine existence. And coming up into the Samadhi Mandir today and seeing Srila Gurudeva there, we know he's existing here. And we're really exactly feeling that. He's like, do you think I left? I'm not dependent on that you can see me with your eyes, but I'm here. I'm always here. And this is his divine position. And I feel very foolish and unable to really say much about Gurudev right now, but there is such a thing. And he wants us to wake up to the land where there's no aggression, where there's no ego, and where every soul, every personality is exalting millions of times more to see the good fortune of others. And everyone feels like this. Even Srimati Radharani, we're reading in Chaitanya Charitamrita, she feels 10 million times more joy to see the good fortune of her friends in the service of Krishna. And when Krishna sees that quality in them, he is happy. So who is Krishna? And what is that divine plane? And Gurudev's heart, it has that type of purity, And he doesn't want to live in that only alone, but he wants to bring others, and that gives him great joy. So he is the dancing of the divine plane in this world. So we're just gathered together here that we will worship him and try to please him by trying every day to make a little bit of progress in the service mood. Anyway, Jai Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj ki Jai.
Oh, she's not country. Okay, we are here again. Try to please Srila Gurudev, Srila Govinda Maharaj in this Govinda Mela. It's a different time, new people, new alchemy between us also, different situation, everything is dynamic. But yes, I wanna praise a little bit American devotee, because I remember Gurudev when he stayed here so long, maybe 3 months.
Here?
That time.
6
eh?
months.
6 months. He never stayed out India so long, nowhere. And you need like a community able to host such kind of personality for 6 months. Yeah. Give him some service, some comfort, some pleasure, some medical assistance. And who else than this American community could do that? So solid, so many devotees, so dedicated, all super dedicated, and allowed to the world to see this staying of Gurudev so long after India, outside India. And he was very happy, and he got also some trouble, medical trouble, and I saw Sapriya did so much service, Shuta Shrava, so much dedication, Pushpa Krishna and Sanatani, Brajama, they are so engaged in pleasing Srila Gurudev. And he came to Italy also 4 times, and I also remember maybe the first time he came to Italy, second time he came to Italy, a group of you came to little assist us, because Gurudev is coming, but we don't know how to really. In Narni and also in Montebarro. You were in Narni or in Montebarro? Second time?
I think I was there twice.
Twice, yes. And you rent a vehicle and you...
Yeah, racing.
And then we went to Switzerland and Rome. So we were all very junior, and we tried our best, but really to have American devotee beside was feeling us quite
we're always
comfortable.
Pretending we know everything.
Yudamanyu Prabhu was there, and second generation also, Radhika and Vaidehi was there, young teenagers. So yes, I think Gurudev was very happy here and pleased by the service of you all, and still he's going on this. Everyone is trying to please him somehow. Maybe little disagreements sometimes happen because we are all different, but approaching individually each devotee, everyone really wanna do something good for Srila Gurudev, and that's very nourishing the heart. Okay. American devotee ki jai, Govinda Mela ki jai, Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami ki jai.
When Govinda Maharaj came here, that time that Govinda Maharaj came here for 6 months, so generally I wouldn't go to the airport to greet him, because we're always doing everything at the last minute, getting ready, so he's driving up the driveway. So he arrives, and I put a garland on him. And I told him, oh, Govinda Maharaj, this is our dream come true, that you're coming here for 6 months. And he said, Prabhu, this is my dream come true also.
Jai. Okay, just okay, my dandavat to everybody. I'm very happy to be here again. And I was thinking after 20 years, but I think I came again in 2007. So it's less than 20 years. But still, it's a lot of time. And it's very nice to see, still everybody who's still here doing so much service. And I'm very happy to have the opportunity to be here again. And I turned around and I saw Sita there hiding. She's hiding. She doesn't want to speak. But my connection with Srila Gurudeva also, I own so much to Sita Didi. And in fact, when I turned and saw her, I remember once Srila Gurudeva in Govardhan. And we all know, how much Srila Gurudeva was preaching about humility, tolerance, giving honor to others. This was his favorite bullet. He preached this everywhere he goes, every time. And I remember once we were there sitting. Still, the temple of Govardhan was just a little cement square with a Anu Giriraj inside. And Gurudeva was talking to Sita, I don't know about what, but at some point he said, and he was not just preaching, but he was really the embodiment of humility, tolerance, and giving honor to others. And he was so much humble that he could even humbly say what he said. It was I am the personification of humility, tolerance, and giving honor to others. And if you follow me, you will have no problem in your life. And I still remember, only he could say that, humbly. Because it may sound very bold statement, I am the person. But the way he said that, it was just, it didn't diminish his humility or tolerance or like this. So just this. And so many memories I have, and also so many things I did wrong and everyone tolerated, and I'm still doing. But another nice memories I have is when I was living in India with Sita Bhakti Lalita, and Bhakti Lalita was taking me out every day after lunch, which is quite I couldn't do it now, but after lunch we would go preaching door to door in Calcutta. And I was didn't speak English, so what can I do? I was just carrying the bag of Lalita with the books and trying to understand what she was telling to people like this. But so after being out all day, we would come back, and Srila Gurudeva was always very happy to hear that we went out doing this service. And in the evening, we had the chance to see him. Maybe also he would go out in Calcutta doing his things with, managing the mission, meeting people. And then he would come back. And so we were sitting there while also he was maybe taking prasadam. It was just him and few devotees there. And then he would, after taking prasadam, he would ask his cocoa with his own hand, just give everybody sweet, some sandesh, something. Whoever was sitting there, he was giving everybody some sweet. And I remember once Siddhanti Maharaj chastised me for being there all the time. Gives Gurudev some space, he's eating, don't come here and disturb him all the time, something like this. Yeah, he said I was like a parasite. Right? Anyway, yeah, it's true. Anyway, I did that. And but Gurudev was so affectionate, and he said, no, don't, don't disturb her, don't worry, there's some mental interaction is going on. Let her be, she's not disturbing. That is, just how tolerant he was, Srila Gurudev. That he let like everybody comes into his space. He didn't have any private space. He was always available like 24/7, and this is what I remember. Yeah.
Jai Dandavat Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Deva Goswami Maharaj ki. Dandavat to all the devotees ki Jai. I can share a little, one of the special moments of Srila Gurudev in the veranda in 2009, it's last year, with us. And Gurudev used to receive so many gifts from so many devotees from all over the world, expensive gifts, small gifts, different kinds of offerings. And at one time, some ladies from servitors from the Kaikali mat came to see him. And so Ramachandra, who was the doorkeeper, came to inform Gurudev about their visit. And so Gurudev was very happy to hear, and he sat on his bed and waiting happily for the visit. They came in, maybe like 5 or 6 of these ladies, and they all had a little offering in their hands. So the offerings were wrapped in newspaper, small. And so when they opened that, there was like muri, chanachur, all these little humble offerings. And these ladies were servitors of the Kaikali. They used to make garlands, wash the paraphernalia, sweep the floor. So Gurudev received those offerings very happily and engaged with them in a very loving conversation, joyful, asking them about how the service was going on, and very happy to hear how the service was going on in the Kaikali mat. And so this was very beautiful interaction to witness Gurudev with his devotees. And remind me of that pastime of Sudama the Brahmana, when he came with a very poor Brahmana who came with a small offering of cheap rice to Lord Krishna, and in return he embraced him and welcomed him as his friend. So this example shows that all that Gurudev wants really is sincere devotional mood from his devotees, nothing else. And that's something that we need to cultivate. And that's why we are here together in this beautiful assembly with so many devotees. We take the chance, an opportunity to associate with them and be united serving Srila Gurudev's mission. Srila Gurudev used to say, once the stick is very difficult to break, but many, then they hold together and they can keep together and serve united harmoniously. So we try to do that. And Jai Sri Govinda Mela ki Jai, Srila Gurudev ki Jai.
Sita.
I just want to apologize if I cry. It's my nature, so don't be alarmed by it. But I'm extremely happy to be here. My heart feels really overwhelmed to be in the presence of everyone who loves Gurudev so much. And just hearing Sri Lekha say something reminded me of a really incredible moment I had with Gurudev. I thought of so many stories, actually, just over and over, so many. adventurous ones, Gurudev saying he's pure love. But kind of close to the time after Param Guru Maharaj had left the planet, there is still some friction in the temple. And Gurudev had given me the service to make sure that that friction did not come into the Western environment, into the ladies' house. But it was coming in there, and it was affecting some of our guests. And so I tried one day so hard to keep this, personalities from entering the ladies' space and ashram, and I went over and over again, please, actually, you need to go. Now, please, just as gentle as I could, but I had to just continuously ask. And anyways, by the end, I did remove that, personality from the space, but she, after hours, went to Gurudev. And I felt so devastated that I had totally failed my service, and that problem went to my Gurudev. And so I went to Gurudev's room after hours to apologize that I didn't succeed and that problem came to his feet. And I'd entered his room, and Gurudev was sitting at the far end of his room in his chair. And I paid my obeisances, and I apologized. Gurudev, I'm so sorry this has come to you. And Gurudev was like, no, you did what I asked. You did, I told you to do this, you did it, no problem. I asked you to do that, you did it. But I couldn't feel relieved. I was not relieved by that. And so I just kept saying, oh, I failed, I'm so sorry, like, oh my gosh. And Gurudev was like, no, and finally I paid my obeisances, to leave. And when I lifted my head up, Gurudev was standing above me, so tall above me, and he looked down into my eyes. I'm down here, and he looked deep into my eyes, and he said, don't you know our relationship? Our relationship comes from before. And when he said that to me, I realized, I became so bewildered. I just realized, actually, I have no idea. Like, I think I have some affection for my Gurudev. I feel like we have relationship. But actually, I'm completely bewildered, and I have no idea the depth and the reality of what that connection is. Impossible to know. And my world spun, and I just was, obliterated. My mind was obliterated. And I realized, actually, I have no idea. And Gurudev said, our relationship comes from before, and even if you beat me, you cannot break it. And anyways, okay. Jai Gurudev!
Who has the Kleenex? Where is the Kleenex, people? Enakshi Devi? I'm here.
No. Then Kalindi.
Well done, Adivas. Happy to be here, happy to have the association of so many sweet devotees that we haven't seen in such a long time. Thank you for bringing the presence of Gurudeva even stronger with your holy association. I'm very in debt to all of you. Thank you so much. I just wanted to relay a little interaction that I have with Gurudeva one time. Being here in Sokel, there was a storm coming in India, a very heavy storm. There were news that it's gonna go to the mud in Navadvip, to Calcutta. It's gonna go everywhere of Gurudeva's temple, even to Puri. And everybody was very worried. And then Sunanda called, telling how much she was praying to Lord Shiva, to Lord Krishna, to every Lord she can imagine, for that to please give the message to Gurudeva that she's praying and asking to protect all Gurudeva's ashram. And then I went to tell Gurudeva the message. He said, oh Gurudeva, Sunanda Didi just called and telling, I was repeating what she said, and Gurudeva looked at me very serious, and I said, I has to be responsible for my karma. Lord, the lords are very busy. I don't have to bother them with my karma. And I felt that was just something I needed to know, because I coming from my tradition, in my house, we were Catholics, and we just have the Lord as our provider. We just ask. And it's like we're so important, the Lord has to provide for us. And that was my conception. And Gurudeva took that opportunity just to shake me and connect me with something higher and beautiful, and be responsible. We have to be responsible from our actions. And that was a big teaching for me. And Gurudeva was sweet and everything, but I felt like I wanted to cry. It was something so strong. And I always keep that in my heart as something special, as some gift that he gave me, like to connect with something higher that my upbringing gave me. So forgive my offenses. Dandava. Madhu Chanda Didi Ki Jai.
Okay. Jai Srila Gurudev. Okay, so I was one of the kids that was playing in this tree, and I think I probably hammered that in. Maybe we did a lot of different ones. I would always read the Gita here, and I had this whole pastime here with reading the Gita and catching a bird. And the reason I tell this story is because throughout my whole childhood, I always felt something so mystical and deeply resonating, emanating from his person. And I remember when I was like 3, my mom was walking up the stairs carrying me at Hari Kirtan in Vaishnavi's house in Venezuela, where Gurudev would come, and I was in her arms, and I just looked over into the room, and I could just, I don't know how to explain it, this like being, just as a child seeing him. And I also edited a lot of his videos, and I had to play the things over and over again to catch the right moment. And I remember one time I was trying to catch the right moment to like cut so I could enter, and I was going rewinding and fast forwarding, rewinding, and I realized just like suddenly like the whole reality melted, and Gurudev was like like saying this like mantra, but he was like dancing in slow motion, and like his words were like music. And so I've just had so many mystical moments with Gurudev where I feel like he's looking at me, or he says something and someone else goes blank, like he freezes time. And I was like, did they not just hear what he said? Like, how is this happening? So moments where I have a dream and we have a conversation in the dream, and then I wake up and go to the veranda and he finishes the conversation from the dream. So I was not expecting to say something right now, but it's just so present with me how powerful he is and how present he is here. And the other day, I was just laying in bed. I got a concussion, and so I was forced to listen to some lectures. And I listened to a lecture of Rishabdev Prabhu, and he was speaking about just the connection that we have with our Gurudev, the connection that we have with Harinam Sankirtan, and how Gurudev is giving himself to all of us, and we just have to receive that, and we just have to look to him and ask him. There's been moments where I'm like, what in the world? Da, 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 and I'm like angry about something, and then I feel like he's like, then just ask me, just talk to me, just connect with me. So I was raised with Gurudev in my life and always asking him for permission for every step. My mom raised me like that. And all I know is that even though it's sometimes scary to live a different kind of life, and one with him not physically present, there's really nothing to fear as long as I can continue chanting, continue preaching, continue singing, continue confiding in the devotees, and continue being open to hearing what he has to say to me. And what I find is that really we're just, I'll speak for myself, but as human beings or whatever we are, there's so much fear and desire to control. And it's actually just so much easier when we can let go. And I find that if I remember to let go and to just be like, okay, Gurudev, you do the thing, everything else comes naturally. So what I want to say to everyone today is that he is here. This is not just a photo, okay? And he is in these trees, he is in the devotees, he is in the deities, and he is in your heart. And all you have to do is chant and practice Harinam Sankirtan. And when you speak to devotees, speak about something transcendental. And if you can use the rest of your time here, if all of us can use the rest of our time and energy to confide in each other and get some nurturing for our hearts, I just think he'll be so happy. One time I walked in to the veranda and I was just so tired of the hierarchy game and being told I couldn't see him, I wasn't allowed to see him. And then Saraswati, who was on the inside, would tell me, Gurudev keeps asking for you and he's getting mad about why you're not seeing him. And I said, because they won't let me in the door and he's asking for me. And it was just, I was so frustrated with this and I couldn't take it anymore. And one day I walked in and he looked at me and he said, where you are happy, that is what I am looking for. And then another time he said, why you are not coming to see me, like thunder. And I was like, And all the people that wouldn't allow me were there like, she's in here, how do we get her out? Nah. And I just looked at him and I was like, because if I come in here, I won't be practicing humility, tolerance, and respect because I have to like make some force or something to walk in here. And he looked at me and he was like, wrong thinking. And I was like, oh. So, and I got up and I was like, then I must fight. And he was like, and I just was like, okay. So just so many moments of doubt of being told, you have to behave this way, you have to behave that way. But then he would be like, no, you be who you are, and I want you to be happy. So it's I have a very personal stories and relationship with Gurudev, and I just want you to know, all of us, we can all have that. Even if you didn't get to meet him, you will find him in the holy name, in whether it's passive or active, in the scriptures and through the devotees. So make the most valuable use of your time. One time he asked me, how many times the word Chintamani is appearing in Sri Brahma Samhita? And I was like, And so, all of this is awakening our soul. And all of this here is Chintamani. This is Gupta Govardhan. These hills are sacred. These trees are sacred. They've touched his lotus feet. So I hope that everybody gets to connect with that divine plane while you're here and help us all to remember as well. Smaranam Shravana Kirtana Smarana Vandana Parasevana Dasyare Pujana Sakijana Atma Nivedanam Govinda Dasa Bilasyare. Jai, that's all.
Jai. So beautiful. So now I want to pass the microphone of whoever has their hand. So we go in zigzag turns now. Okay. So you give your offering and you pass to your right. The microphone.
Maybe later I can give my obeisances to my Gurudev. But first, Braya Mohini Didi.
Dhanyavad, everybody. I feel very embarrassed to be sitting here and saying some things. I know you're always trying to bring out the best in me, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful to be here, and because of all of you, I am able to be here. And because of Gurudev, he's brought us all together. And this beautiful festival where we can feel him in each of everyone's heart, and that magnifies his presence. I'm always hearing that he's saying, I'm always with you, but I don't always feel that, or most of the time don't feel that. But when I'm here at the festival with the devotees and the Vaishnavas and all of you, then I can feel that his beautiful, loving presence and affection. So I just hope that I can continue in some way to try to continue in my faulty way of serving in some capacity as possible. And he was always trying to encourage me, and I always saw him trying to encourage others to keep going and to keep trying. And even with so many different things going on, he always understood and understands what's happening, and somehow is trying to, is lifting us out of our darkness or our unconsciousness. So I really don't have anything to say. I apologize for my bossiness during the Govinda Mela. So and telling everybody what to do and everything else. So please forgive me. Jai Gurudev. Jai all of you.
De Gueros multiple services, Brian.
Could you try? Yes. Sí. On. Omayanati Miranda San Janan Salakaya Chaksur Militan Jana Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Guru Avishta Supurakan Guru Ganai Asisa Sambusitan Chintia Samastave Anipuna Srupa Pantanuvan Govinda Vidano Shibalam Baratanum Bhaktamitan Sundaramande Visa Guncha Diva Prenuki Vijaparan. Lo primero que quiero ofrecer es las humildes reverencias a mi amado Gurudev.
The first thing I want to offer is my humble obeisances to my beloved Gurudev.
Yo que puedo sentir que la buena fortuna que tengo en mi vida,
I can feel the good fortune that I have in my life.
es debido a su gracia.
That I can feel that the good fortune I have in my life is due to His grace.
Y yo lo puedo ver a través, o lo puedo sentir
And I can see it and I can feel it through
a través de ustedes,
all of you,
a través de sus sonrisas.
through all of your smiles.
Afuera no hay nada.
Out there, there is nothing.
En el mundo material
In the material world,
uno puede encontrar todas las cosas satisfactorias,
you can find all the satisfactory things,
pero eso es momentáneo.
but that is only momentary.
Aquí con los devotos
Here with the devotees
está todo.
is everything.
Gurudev, Srila Govinda Maharaj,
Srila Govinda Maharaj, Gurudev,
Nos ha dado todo.
has given us everything.
Todo lo que necesitamos.
Everything that we need.
Es una buena fortuna
And it is a great fortune
que Él haya venido a nuestra vida
that He has come into our lives
y nos haya dado todo el amor y el afecto.
and has given us all the love and affection.
No son palabras,
They are not words.
es realmente una vivencia.
It's a real existence.
Esta es su casa.
This is His house.
No es diferente al el mundo espiritual.
It is non-different than the spiritual world.
Y nosotros,
And we
debemos continuar
should continue
cada día de nuestra vida
every single day of our lives
tratando de llevar esto,
trying to carry this
esta riqueza
richness
a todas las almas
to all souls
a través de servicio,
through service,
a través de Harinam Sankirtan,
through Harinam Sankirtan,
porque todas las almas somos necesitadas
because all of us souls are in need
del maravilloso regalo
of the marvelous gift
que nos ha dado.
that He has given us.
Todas las glorias a Srila Govinda Maharaj.
Oh. All glories to Srila Govinda Maharaj. Prema Sundari ki jai. Prema Sundari Devi Dasi ki jai.
I don't have anything I didn't say last year.
Rama, we weren't here.
Dandos to
Yes.
my dandos to Gurudev and all the assembled Vaishnavas for Govinda Mela. We are ever growing beautiful family, international family of Srila Gurudeva and Srila Guru Maharaj. And Gurudev had unlimited glories. I don't know where to begin. I was lucky being around him many times. Even here, one time he asked me, Prabhu, can you cook for me? I said, I will try. He knew I am very shy and foolish, so he came so low. Prabhu, can you cook for? I said, I will try. I don't know how to do it. So he was very happy. I cooked for him. Then he said, very nice. Touching by. And one more thing I remember when, I don't remember the year, 91, 92. We were in Vrindavan and Gurudev followed Srila Guru Maharaj. He said, if you love my dog, as Guru Maharaj said, if you love me, love my dog. Same way Gurudev was there and I was new, I didn't know much. So somehow Purnananda went somewhere and Gurudev was looking like a blind man. Purnananda, Purnananda, I still remember, I don't know, it was 25, 30 years ago. And Gurudev, so much affection. Sorry, so much love for everybody. I'm thankful to Haspriya. He put that flyer there. The Gurudev is always you. I remember, but I forget when I see that. Actually, he is always with us. I was listening Guru Maharaj lecture. He said, devotee, there is God in deities, but it's more present in devotee's heart. I listened to Param Guru Maharaj lecture. When he was new, he went there. So he asked devotee, you say it's a Sakshat Hari, the deity. So why Srila Bhaktisiddhanta, his best devotee, not next to him? Then that devotee told that no, it's there, but God is more manifest in the devotee's heart. It's more active. It's not just passive. Deity is there. It's passive. But in devotee's heart, it's more. And Param Guru Maharaj is so simple. He said, I couldn't understand, but I accept that. I love that. Guru Maharaj is so simple. He's so simple-hearted, Param Guru Maharaj. Jai Bhakti Sundar Dev Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Bhakti Rakha Shridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Hari Nam Sankirtan ki jai. Gaur Premanandi. Hari Hari. Thank you so much.
Would you like to speak?
Yes, I would. Is this on?
It's on.
Okay.
Yeah, bring close as you can.
Okay. Yes, I would like to give a word. This is a beautiful Govinda Mela, and it's beautiful to come to bask in the nectar of Krishna, and to open up to other devotees, and open up and share love and connection, and it's a good association. I feel inspired by the Spirit, by Krishna, that this is an awesome time for devotees to really, for this week, to draw it close. It's such a wonderful thing that we have here at this ashram. Jai.
Jai. Thank you, Prabhu. I'm going this direction, aiming to Arun Prabhu. Don't leave us.
How fortunate I feel to come in contact with Om Vishnupada Paramahansa Parivarjaya Varyatantra Sata Sri Sri Bhakti Sundar Govinda Deva Maharaj. Great fortune. So I have these things that I always like to share with the devotees. And it was the initiation day in San Jose. So I get the name, say, your name is Adi Kesavadas. And Surya Shavas say, no, Mara, his name is Oscar, with O. And Gurudev says, Adi, original. Right. So yeah, this is all the things that Govinda with our Gurudev does. It's like, and it is a different level, and it's so fulfilling. Then 2 years later, get second initiation, and we have 8 devotees around getting second initiation. So I have this impression that he's looking at me the entire time. Oh, Gurudev is like with me. So I come out. Did you see, guys? He was with me the entire time. And all of the 8 devotees say, no, he was with me the entire time. No, he was with me. Are you sure? He was with me. So his potency, the inexplicable potency of Gurudev, revealed in each step in our life. It's revealing in such a magical way in which our life becomes prosperous, our life is beautiful. The gift is beyond comprehension. So I start trying to comprehend that and surrender to that beauty and let the magic keep going. You know why? It's a lot of fun. Hari Bol.
Haribol to all devotees. I have some experience with Govinda Maharaj by the time that he arrived in the tour of 92 in Caracas. So there is like 200 devotees in the airport. Was crazy. Everybody chanting with cartels, merdangas, everything when he arrived. So he arrived with so many, was Sagar Maharaj, like 8 Maharaj, like 3 or something like that in the beginning. So everything in the area of arriving is like crowded with devotees. Everybody expecting this magnificence. Maharaj and these guys work in the airport. carrying your baggage from the entrance, from the arrival to your car. So they asking, it's like, what is happening? What is happening? Who is coming? So this guy is a roster. What is it? It's like this is so many people, and they are wearing some weird clothes, you know. It's like, what is this? And he say, no, this is a guru from India that is coming. It's the first time that he come to Venezuela. Oh, I see. So he's talking with the other guy that worked with him, and they say this is a guru from India. I don't know, but when he come, you just show him some respect, because so that is the potency of Srila Govinda Maharaj, that even people that don't even know where he's from or anything, where is this powerful energy come, they can touch the heart of every human being that is being around him. So we always remember Govinda Maharaj is the form of the mercy, the form of the sweetness. Like in some way, when you see Govinda Maharaj, you see, oh, I don't even deserve, you know, to be around him. This is out of this world. So I think that happened to everybody that is here, and even the person that they don't know him, they feel that power. Yeah, it happens. It happens every time that he come to Venezuela. Maybe in the temple was normally 40 people. When Govinda Maharaj arrived, there is like 500 people outside the temple. It was crowded. It's like it's impossible. You think about it, it's like whoa, this person inspires so many hearts. Is not a normal person. It's out of this world. Haribol.
No? Jai and Arun Prabhu Ki here. Everybody can see him. He's hiding here.
Om Jnanatimrandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. My obeisances to all the devotees here, and heartfelt obeisances really, because it is through the devotees that I can see and feel and get the messages of Gurudev, particularly devotees who have spent years and years and years serving Gurudev. And so I really feel blessed to be in association of those devotees. My fortune was only to see Gurudev 2 times here in this mutt, but seeing him just once was enough in my view. So 2 is a bonus, and then a greater bonus is being in association of these devotees here. Exalted devotees, exalted. One life is not enough to just learn from each of the devotees, and I'm not just talking about devotees who are directly related with the times that they might have spent here, but even younger devotees, they are a source of inspiration to me. And what can I say? It must be some good luck and some mercy that I got in touch with devotees here who brought me to this mutt, and really the doors of good fortune opened up. And of course I have my own karma that I would want to dissipate myself rather than seek help, because what is taught here is we need to be able to serve, be humbly serving, and that is the mood that we need to have. We don't want to have the Lord serve us. We can't even think of that mentality. I do recall one day when I went to Vrindavan, and went to the temple in Govardhan. And when I went to the Pushpa Samadhi of Gurudev, I could just feel his presence as if he's there. I could feel his presence not only being there, but embracing. And that is exceptionally, what can I say, fortunate, and really it gives assurance to the person that you are not alone. There is somebody who is affectionate and will take care of you. You are part of a bigger system. And that's the part I would like to just share with us. The life is so inspiring in being association with the devotees. And I only think how fortunate I am. And I'm so thankful to you, and again, my koti dandavats to all of you.
So there is anybody who wants to speak before we close this circle? I see arms. Jai. I can hold your camera. I can hold the microphone. No.
Jai Gurudev.
Okay, Jai. Oh no, Ananda Moy just is a joker. She's just Govinda. Help me, guys. I want to ask Hasyapriya, do you have any more words for all of us as we are starting to serve in Govinda Mela here? Okay. I want to just not give my back to anybody, sorry. Okay. So I am very touched by seeing Gurudeva today in every one of your eyes, in every one of your words, in every one of your hearts. And I'm really, really happy and pleased to be here with your association. I first met devotees in a barbecue in Brazil in 2000. And so you see how Gurudeva was really trying to pull me in. And I hated to wash pots, but whenever I went to the ashram, I was happy to wash pots in a really cold water. It was a mystery. And then, but Sri Gauranga Sundar in Krishna Shakti Ashram in Brazil, his association really melted my heart. And hearing about Gurudeva was kind of a romance for me. Like, I could feel that Gurudeva was a beautiful personality, but I also felt that was a little poetic. I can't believe somebody like that can exist in this planet. So in 2006, by his mystical arrangement, really, I had no money, but some money came, and I was able to get a ticket, and a friend donated me a ticket, so all the money that I saved I was able to give to Gurudev. And then I arrived there, I made sure no Brazilians were there, because I didn't want subtitles. I wanted the whole experience in my heart. And to be honest, my motives were dark motives, because I want to audit Gurudev. I want to be sure he has drops of nectar flowing from his glands. Who could do that? And then I booked my first ticket to go to India and then to go to Italy, because I'm a Bortoleto. I want to meet Krishna Kanta. She's very famous. Okay. But I met Gurudev, and all my fears, all my feelings, it's like he grabbed me by my ankle and shook me upside down. And that was done. And I couldn't see Krishna Kanta this first trip because I was so in love. But the only seva I remember, or a special seva I remember doing for Gurudev, it is, have a seat here. It is that every day I would go to his veranda to clean and fresh up garlands. And Jamuna might remember that. But when he went out for some errands, And then one day I enter with garlands and cleaning products, and I open the veranda, and he was going to rest in his day bed. And Jamula looked at me like, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you right now. And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. Dandavats, I'm so sorry, I'm leaving. And he said, who guessed what he said? I was carrying a bag. He said, what is in the bag? And I said, oh, it's garlands for Srila Guru Maharaj. And then he said, oh, very nice. You go on and you put the garlands. And I was shaking, and the garlands were going all over but in the frame. But then I realized that any service to Srila Guru Maharaj, it takes precedence to anything. So that's my first encounter. And just to give to Sharanangi, because I really want to hear her words. And a testament that Srila Gurudeva, his power, he's very powerful. Every second, and exactly right now, he's very powerful. How many arrangements happen in your life to be here, despite all the odds? So for me, we were living in Canada, and in a house that I lived for many years. And at some point we thought, oh, maybe we are going to United States. And then I had a surgery, and I said, we are not moving for 1 year. And then they evicted us. Because we thought maybe we go and serve there. And Gurudeva and Hasapriya Prabhu specifically, they said, yes, we wanted that. So we got evicted, and we have to move from United States in 2 months, from Canada to United States in 2 months. And we realized that his pastimes are ongoing, and the opportunity to serve him and his devotees is the most precious thing, and we are really blessed to have this opportunity. So thank you, and thank you for tolerate my joker moments and attempt to serve you all. Dandavats, Jai Srila Govinda Maharaj ki Jai, and Govinda!
Jai. This whole Mela is happening because of Anandamoy. I mean, not completely, but she's the one that's pulling it all together. So, Anandamoy ki Jai again. Not true. Well, there's a big team, but all the details are on her plate. Anyway, I couldn't be here for the beginning of this, but on the whole drive home, we were listening. So we're very grateful to be part of all this, and brought out several memories. And actually, when Krishna Kanta was talking about her moment with Gurudev when she was being chastised and whatnot, yeah. But it reminded me, I think you were even there this time. It was just an informal darshan in Calcutta, and everybody was just sitting there. Nothing was really, just little conversations, and Gurudev had his paper. We couldn't see his face. He had his paper up, and he just flipped the top half of the paper down and looked around and said, even though we are not talking, some heart-to-heart connection is going on. Paper went back up, and there all the little conversations continued. And that was how it always was with Gurudev. It was always so sweet, and even we were just happy to be in the room with him. It didn't matter what he would put the surgery channel. They have a surgery channel in India, live surgery, and he would turn the volume up to try and maybe get a few people to leave the room, but we really didn't care. We weren't watching the TV necessarily, but we were happy to be in the room. But Gurudev he had a way of connecting with everybody that just captured your heart. And he solved your problems. There was a time when the ashram here, the doors were open and everyone was allowed to come and stay. And it didn't last for too long, but it was quite chaotic. And there was one person who was staying and causing quite a lot of disturbance and not behaving so nicely. And I remember going up to him and trying to be humble and say, Prabhu, please, not to do these things here. You know, when you're off the property, that's that, but try and respect this place and behave nicely here. And he got upset, very angry. Who the are you to tell me what I can and can't do and like that? And I'm like, whoa. I didn't know what to do at that point. And Gurudev came shortly after that. My husband and I had a private darshan with him. And this was on my mind. And I didn't mention all the things that happened, but I said, Gurudev, sometimes it's hard to understand tolerance. It's like some disturbance is happening, and even if you speak humbly, it creates a bigger disturbance. And I was thinking, really, truly thinking, it was my duty to protect the dignity of the ashram. And when someone's behaving improperly, and to do something. And he looked at me, and it shocked me, and he said, if they can hear from you, then you can say something. If they cannot hear from you, you ignore them, and they can go to hell or heaven. And it was heavy. It was like really heavy. And I was like, whoa, and trying to digest that, you know, it's like letting Krishna take charge. You know, you're not the controller. But those were all the words he said. You ignore them, and they can go to hell or heaven. The next day, I'm coming down the hill, and this same person is just stove right down there, creating a big fight. And I'm like, oh, we got all these guests. We can't have this. And I'm about to go over there and try and create, you know, some peace. And then Gurudev's words were like, no, he's not going to hear from you. You know that. So I ignored it. And then the next day he moved out. We haven't seen him since. And it was like a lesson to me. Like everything he did was a lesson to us. We could learn through others' experiences. And that's helped me a lot, because sometimes I have that ego which thinks, oh, I should say something to this person. I should instruct this person. I have some position or some power or something. And it's not really there. It's like if you have that heart connection, then you can say something. If you have that relationship where someone can hear from you, and you have some inspiration to say something that might help them, that might lift them up. Otherwise, you leave it up to Krishna, and he'll take care of it. And Gurudev he was giving us lessons all the time, and he was mystical. He was so mystical, and just being here, I am so grateful for this Govinda Mela. It takes us months to prepare for you all to arrive. And we're just so happy, because when it finally happens, we feel Gurudev, because you're all bringing a little piece of him with you. And we just feel his presence so much stronger. And I'm just so grateful for this whole experience. So thank you. And Srila Govinda Maharaj ki jai. Vidura.
I still listen to your instructions, Mom. Not really. We were listening to the devotees sharing their pastimes of Gurudev on the way, and I heard Mandir talking about Gurudev coming here for 6 months, and it made me remember one of the last times I talked to Gurudev. It was the last year he was with us in India, and during that time there was a lot of chaos going on in the mission, and Gurudev kept wanting to leave India, and whether go to Thailand or other countries. And anytime there was a rumor, my dad would start getting ready for him to come here. And so when I walked into the veranda, I saw Gurudev and I said, Gurudev, we miss you so much. There's rumors that you're coming to SoCal. Every time there's a rumor you're coming, my father is building a bunk bed. Now we have 100 bunk beds and no devotees. And he was like, oh, okay. And then he said, how will I go to SoCal? And then Sridhar Shava was there. He said, you can go to Thailand, then London, and then SoCal, bus. And then Guru said, acha. I like that very much. And so, you know, as you were saying too, he came here so many times that we're very fortunate. This is a holy place. This is, you know, I remember first time we went to Bamampur, we went on the bus, and you know, you go on the bus on these weird rice paddies, and then all of a sudden you stop and you go to this little temple where Nityananda Prabhu's footprints are. You pay down once and move on, right? Here, you can talk to the devotees, my father, other devotees too. There are pastimes on every inch and corner of this property of Gurudev. And there are different things that have happened. He ran down this hill one time to meet my father, right? So we're very fortunate to have all of you, and also you're all fortunate to be here with us too. Yeah.
That reminded me when he first came to this property, they drove him on, and he was like, it's so beautiful, please try and buy this place. And they, Gurudev, do you want to get out and walk around and see everything? And he says, it's not necessary. But he did, and they showed him around, and he said, if it's at all possible, please buy this property. He said he felt so much peace in his heart. And when he was looking around, he looked up on the hillside, and he said, we can have fruit and nut trees on the hillside, which we have a lot of fruit trees. We don't have nut trees. We have one in the backyard, a walnut tree. But then he also said, we will have a darshan area under the eucalyptus trees where the devotees can gather. And we were never able to do that. And then when we built the Samadhi, when it was manifest, we were like, oh my God, this is the darshan area under the eucalyptus tree. It's the most perfect place on the whole property. And he saw it before we even bought the property. So it's a very, very magical place. So thank you for sharing it with us.
No, it's okay. I want him to see her.
Don't know what to say. I met Gurudev when I was 12 years old, and at that time, very confused, and went to the temples because Mum said it was going to be fun, and took a lot of bribery and cajoling and convincing to get me out from the television to go to the temple, but I did eventually go there, and then met Gurudev, and Gurudev, he had an energy that I'd never seen in anyone before, and even though I didn't have the language and the intelligence to understand, it was a heartfelt connection, that there's something very special here, and I want to be a part of it, for sure. And then a lot of really nice devotees in London, you know, they were like saying, well, see, if you want to take initiation. I was like, oh, what's that exactly? And I was very green, I won't lie. You know, the first time any devotee came to our house, knocked on the door, it was Dwarakesh Prabhu actually, and, you know, he's a great pujari in London. And I ran and opened the door, and I was like, Dad, there's a man in a sari in the front door. It looks a bit strange. What's going on? And my dad was like crestfallen. It's like trying to make you Indian in the West. It's not working. It's a dhoti. Like, you need to learn these things. And like, obviously felt like real failure that he wasn't able to instill any kind of spiritual values. And I think that's what Gurudev ended up doing. He did what Dad failed at, obviously, spectacularly. And just by associating with Gurudev and all the devotees, I mean, it changed the course and trajectory of my life. Gurudev, honestly, if I look at my other Bengali friends in London, they drink like a fish, smoke like a chimney, and all sorts. And if I had not met Gurudev, I would honestly, he saved me. That's all I can say. Gurudev saved me, and the devotees are still saving me. And sometimes I feel, God, I've not seen Gurudev in so many years, and I feel like I'm forgetting things, but coming here and learning and hearing everyone's stories, it's keeping Gurudev's memory, his teachings, his spirit and energy, and his love and blessings so alive. And obviously Gurudev is serving, he is out there serving, and you know, we can continue to do ours with each other and be good to each other, because Gurudev, that's what Gurudev wanted, for us to be a family and treat each other well and serve each other. So, Jai Gurudev.
Jai.
So we're going to conclude this with Sri Lekha, because she has a very special message from her heart. And then we're going to go for Arati Kirtan in the temple room. Just one announcement before we conclude. You see these posters, they have QR codes. If you sign up for WhatsApp, we announce the classes before they happen, so you can come for the classes. And you can see the schedule right now. So thank you everybody for sharing their hearts. This is the wealth of this ashram, the wealth of Sri Govinda Mela. We will have more classes tomorrow. And yes, Shirley. Okay, she made 2 minutes.
I was really inspired by you, Didi, and I want to just, I know it's a little cheeky of me, but we didn't mention Bamanpar. So I was remembering something. And one day I went to Bamanpar with Acharya Maharaj, actually, and a couple of devotees. And when I was there, I took some pictures, and the whole feeling of Bamanpar was like I'd never experienced anything remotely like that. It was a feeling that everything was completely conscious and wondrous. And I just couldn't quite understand anything. I thought, well, there's a tree, there's sap going up and down. Well, what is going on? What is this? So the next morning, well, when I got back, first of all, I heard that Gurudev wanted to see the pictures. So I showed him the pictures, and he looked and looked and looked and looked and looked and looked and looked. I thought, he's worshipping Bamanpar. I thought, what is this? So the next morning in the darshan, I asked him about it. And I said, yesterday we went to Bamanpar, and I said everything looked so wondrous, like completely different than any experience of my life. And I asked him, what is the relationship between what we see and what is behind there? And then I got super embarrassed. And I was just like, oh, not a very good question, Gurudev. I wanted to crawl under the floorboards. And Gurudev said, it is a very good question and a very high question. And he said, then he began speaking about Hapaniya. And he said, Hapaniya is non-different from Radha Kund. And it is the appearance day of Srila Bhakti Rakak Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj. And he just went on to describe the glories of Hapaniya, not mentioning Bamanpar, but for the first time, we got some understanding that the place where the great descending Vaishnavas, especially of that caliber, of the plane of Mahaprabhu, and we can't conceive of it, but we know we've heard something about that matter and who they are. Where they appear is not there's nothing mundane about it. And that's why we go there. It's not a place of history. Just like when we go on parikrama with Mahaprabhu's pastimes, these are not historical places. They're places of eternal pastimes. And what those pastimes are, we don't know. But Chintamani is the dust of their holy feet. And so we're always like, when we say the worshipping the dust of their holy feet, it's not hyperbole. So I just wanted to just say for 1 second about something to worship. Bamanpar. So, Dandavad. Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
All right, thank you, devotees. All glories to Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Any final message? Murali Prabhu. Oh, Murali Prabhu. Murali Prabhu is gonna talk.
Who's gonna operate the camera?
I will. Get ready for a shake.
Well,
Dhanvats, everybody. What can I add to what everybody has already said? You know, I always have to mention it, but you know, I was too shy to really spend too much intimate time with Gurudev, but I got to come here and sit in that temple room there and hear some of the most amazing kirtan and harikatha that I've ever experienced. You know, who said that, I mean, you know, I'm not very emotional, but Gurudev touched my heart like nobody else has, except for his devoted servitors, you know, like Srila Shrava Prabhu, you know, and everybody here. But I guess the one word, maybe because I didn't know Gurudev's thunderous and lion side, but sweetness. You know, there's a song, we don't chant it, but Madhurastika, my father was fond of it, you know, and every Madhura is sweet, right? Honey. And every word practically in the song, you know, sweet the name and sweet the pose and sweet, you know. So it's the same with Gurudev. Everything about him was just so sweet. Every gesture, every word, his kirtan, the songs, you know, the way he would sing Jaya Radha Madhava, you know, nobody can compare, right? Nobody can compare. And I can't imagine anybody ever comparing. So I just feel so fortunate to have had whatever small connection, that eternal connection, that initial contact, that he planted the seed in my heart, and that I get to be here with all of you. I feel so fortunate that I have some small service. And please forgive my offenses, and please continue to bless me and continue to give me Gurudev's mercy through your sweet hearts. Jai Srila Gurudev. Srila Govinda Mela ki jai.
And that's a wrap, people. Dhanvats.
No quick kirtan?
Jai Gosai Mani Sarana Bandha
Hare Hare.